Alright, we've got a camp coming up, so it's time to pack up the suitcases and get organised for this camp. So what we need for cooking, I've got a few things prepared, got a bowl to do the washing, this for me little steamed veggies, cook me sangers in this over the coals. I've got that just to boil some water, cook this little stir fries. There's got to be an easier way. Fortunate for us, there is. This is commonly known as a Trangia, and this is what we'll be using on our camps. Alright, we're in the bush and we're about to start cooking. Before we do that though, we need to actually set up a nice cooking circle. As you can see, these cones are in a circle and they are resembling people. You can imagine that there's people at each cone. Everyone has a Trangia, okay? What we're going to do is just show you how to use the Trangia. So once you're in your circle, you get down and you unpack it. So many things in here. They all work together to help you cook. Lid on. Okay, so you screw the base on there, okay, and you screw the top onto that. These little handles need to go inside. They become the handles that you put your pot on. So you put your pot on top, and that's basically how it is. Now that's not going to work because there's no flame inside there. So where that happens is this little thing here. Screw the lid off it and place that in the middle. Now you've got yourself a flame. Still don't have a flame though, so we need to actually put in methylated spirits. Methylated spirits go into this part here and we light it up. Whoa! Now you won't ever see a flame because it's methylated spirits. It actually burns without actually showing a flame itself. So you just feel for a heat, make sure you don't touch it and burn yourself, and then just put it all back together like before. Now make sure you screw that on so that it's in there tightly. Place the pot on top and you would put in your ingredients, and in this case we're probably cooking 2-minute noodles or something along those lines. This is the handle. You use this when you like to pick things up because it does get quite hot, and you simply just pick it up like that. Okay, this one here works as the lid for the Trangia, and it also doubles as a frying pan. Okay, and that one, oh, it's quite good. That's basically it for setting up your Trangia. Thank you.
Pay, gets it on the wing, hands is up, gets the ball, scrum, scrum, juggling, go, you guilty!
What's that? The metho? Here you go. My bad. I'll get it. There you go, buddy. Alright, there's a few basic rules when you're cooking with the Trangia that are very important. Number one is to always use your tongs to pick up the pots that you're actually cooking. For example, this stuff here is titanium and it is can become increasingly hot. It mightn't look hot, but it will burn your fingers to a crisp. Second rule is to make sure that you use the appropriate cover on top of your flame. Now at the moment there's no cover on there, so the flame would be increasingly hot. Use this little device here to regulate the temperature depending on how open it is, open or closed. Put it on, and that's what you need to be doing to making sure that you're nice and safe. Very good. When we're in the bush, we are developing a new community, and just like any community, they have rules. So one in particular is that when you need to go around to another side of the group, you actually can't walk through the middle. You have to walk all the way around the group. Okay? The group and the spot in the middle is a no-go zone. Can't walk in there for any circumstance. Okay? So if I was to take matches to Michael over here, I'd have to walk all the way around and all the way back. And because we only have limited supplies of methylated spirits and matches, that's going to be a very common thing that we do when we're on camp. As you know, kitchens are very dangerous places, so when we set up our camp kitchen, it's very important that you treat them with respect. For example, I don't want to see anyone running around and being a clown around the campsite. So just try and avoid not running around, not playing games off to the side, and if you have to move, make sure you walk, okay, and you do a big wide berth. The other reason you want to do that is because you can easily kick up dust and leaves and all that sort of stuff, and you don't want to kick it into your meal, because the last thing you want is spaghetti with dust in it. The reason we're in a circle isn't just because we like circles, it's because it actually works towards camp etiquette. Basically the whole idea is we're actually facing one another, and it's for community. Okay, that way we're actually talking and getting involved. We could easily tell you to go and set up all by yourself in a different, variety of places, but that's not what we're all about. Okay, so when you're actually cooking, make sure you don't have your back face to the group. Okay, actually face forward and talk to the people, because that's what it's all about. Once you've finished cooking, it's very important that we actually clean these properly. As you can tell, they get quite dirty quite easily. So a good way of doing it is to actually boil up a bit of water and use that to help sterilise the pots. So you might have one pot with your hot water and then a bit of a cloth and clean up the pots. That way we keep things clean and we're not eating dust and dirt and leaves and all that sort of stuff that you don't want to eat. We've cleaned up, and now it's time to pack the Trangia back up into its compact size. So how do you do that? Well, have a good watch. This base here, which is the base that the burner was in, is the actual bottom of the Trangia. That goes down. The one with the handles fits inside it. Okay, and the handles are in the way, so they need to pop up out top. Okay, biggest pot with the smallest pot inside. That goes in here. The burner and the tongs go inside, and the lid, which is also the frying pan, it's got a bug on it, sits on top. Nice, tiny, compact Trangia. Absolutely perfect for camping.